Okay, it's the samurai turn, I believe.
Samurai got ahead of Hazard. Oh.
Yeah, I rolled very badly. So, I will roll my defense, I assume?
Yes.
I'm doing quite poorly on these defenses. So, oh, wait, no, I do. I get a 10 again, which I doubt is, or an 11 again, which I doubt is sufficient. So, yes, go right ahead.
Okay. It's 12 of damage.
Okay. That one hurt. All right. So, yeah, he's hacking away at me, and I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting out of here with him. So I'm just going to have him eat a rend as hard as I can. No, man. Okay, that's ridiculous. Okay. Point of karma. And, oh, man. Okay, people. I'm having a much harder time with this fellow than I thought, and I'm wasting karma. So I do not manage to hit him.
Oh. A new round.
Yep.
Roll.
You got 12 for initiative.
12 for me as well.
Oh, nice.
8. No, 12.
Oh. Okay.
I know.
Then you decide.
I know I just went, but can I get a chance to get rid of this guy?
Yeah.
This is okay. Again, I managed to get a oh wait, +5. Okay, 13 this time.
Okay.
Finally. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And now this is the damage roll that I dream of. Okay, so here 20 and 33.
Yep. He's gone.
Okay. Finally blast this fellow out. And then the insignificant action is to stroll out the hole. I'm looking pretty cut up. I mean, I've got like big katana, slices
too, yeah.
all over me. I mean, the meat of my vessel is in terrible shape.
Noah, do you want to go now first?
Sure. I'll go. Let's see. So, Mask is currently in the entryway, right? So Lilith will she'll go left, so into that big room to the left.
Actually, we're not in combat anymore, so we can run, just kill the guy, so we can just move freely.
And I think, again, like I didn't make the history roll, but just looking around, seeing maybe this is an opportunity for a new history roll, but just looking around for.
I actually didn't even roll the first one, so I guess.
Oh, nice.
I guess we could try to roll.
Sure.
I suck at history roll, but anyway. Okay. Let's see. That's a 6. Yes, that's a 6. I'm gonna roll. And that's a 12 with 2. That's a 14.
Oh, it's not bad.
Mask and Leaf perceive by entering these rooms that they are covered with letters and scrolls and many kinds of written flowery written and flowery prose that seems to connect this place to the nobility. It seems very evident that this is not an ordinary kind of writing. There is a flowery prose, but you can catch quite rapidly what they're trying to say or they're trying to communicate. And you can see that there's a shift as you move towards the rooms to the tone of these letters. At the very beginning, they're very flowery and they encourage this blacksmith to continue their research, to give new tools and weapons to the house of the Tanegashima clan, So they're very encouraging and supportive. Like if you want to have any kind of research or any kind of workforce, you just need to ask. And then as you move, and you can notice that the rooms are almost pristine. There's no sign of the beds that not being used. The kitchen is in perfect state. Just a thick layer of dust covering some of the elements of the scenery. And then you can see that as you move further, the tone is increasingly threatening. Like the idea that you're not doing your part, this machine is keep falling down, it's keep breaking, and they're not working. How are we
You know how
supposed
hard
to
it is to make a mech actually stand and walk?
How are we supposed to conquer the other clans without the real technology? And so you can see that there was a fracture at some point between the daimyo and the blacksmith, or the shadow, as you know right now. And as Azard knows, by his essence roll, the sensitivity roll previous to this one, it's very difficult to keep building these things because they require an insane amount of essence, or otherwise they cease to function. And so they're not really reliable in terms of production. They're effective, yes, as destruction machines, but it's more like to show off. They're more like to show off more than using them in a real battlefield. And but it seems that by the tone of this letter, the blacksmith really didn't reply to this threatens to this menace. But the danger of being evicted or even killed by the daimyo, just like he isolated itself and ignored everything else. And it seems you can't find anything else in the mansion other than this correspondence between these
Hello,
two.
this is Sandra
Yep.
here.
Well, I mean, I think this is pretty
Okay.
reassuring that we don't these things are going to fall apart without the blacksmith repairing them and keeping them running. So that's good. And it seems as though there isn't. We might have just been dealing with an awakened shadow who got taken into the political structure of this place. There might not be an unbidden here. There could still. I mean, I guess there could still be. It's probably an enigma floating around, though.
Yeah, that's quite probable. Now that I think of it, because we can have enigmas without unbidden, right?
Yes, we can.
Or is it the other way around? No. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
No, it's not the other way around. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbiddens tend to breed enigmas around them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm not there yet. I will emerge from the hole and look about and see quite a lot of Lilith's vessels spattered across the yard. So
Yeah.
I'm like, and we'll start casting about for. Are both of you inside the house now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just inside the house.
Okay. I'm going to use perception just to see if there's any sign of terrible terrible problems that I need to attend to or not. I want to just check and say, does everything seem calm?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
As long as you succeed, it's okay.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise, I'll come in blazing, right? I'm here.
Where are they? Where are they?
Exactly. I get an 11.
Yeah, you don't seem to notice
Okay.
anything weird.
Good enough. All right, I'll take that as given. And it's a. I'll of course be my usual cautious self. I'll seek my friends. I'll start looking about. Okay, they're not in this ruined place. Oh, look, that cannon. And all sorts of things. So I'm casting about. Eventually, I'll make my way to the house. Whenever you say.
Okay. Yeah, there are really no problems. It seems
Mhm.
after your struggle, the place is really quiet.
I've already determined that there are no other major sources of essence around, so I'm not, or certainly not an enigma. So I'm not too concerned. Eventually, I'll make my way up and point in and say, "There's nothing here. Nothing meaning anything of importance to us."
I think we have two options. Either we go back to the where we were before the ETA, or we can just think about moving to the castle.
Mhm.
Because whatever we're going to find is probably in the castle anyway. So the question is, we heard about some guy Yukio that was planning something, leader of the resistance. Do we want to get involved in that, or do we just go to the castle and see what happens?
I have a slightly different perspective.
Mm.
I suppose by now our stalkers will share thoughts
Mhm.
on things. So first, either Lilith's right, and we've eliminated the cause of an enigma. We know there's an enigma in the sense that there was this this misuse of essence that was distorting history all over the place. We saw it. We know that was done. The question is whether we've cut off its source or not.
Yeah.
We don't know. There has been no. I mean, we have investigated. We have racked our brains. We have made all the perception, history, and deduction rolls one could possibly make. I've got a super duper hardcore hit on sensitivity with foresight running. So what more can we ask, right? To have investigated all over the place in the limited zone that we have. As far as I can tell, we have no leads whatsoever to any other source of essence. So
Did we?
I propose that we don't know if there is an unbidden lurking around, or if there's some source, some enigma that actually empowered this shadow, which otherwise would have been perhaps insignificant. We can't risk it, I think. But we have nothing to go on. Sad to say, it's going to be one of these things where we have to stick around and see if anything terrible comes up. I suggest that I, at least, might want to go and weave myself a bit, which I will when I get the chance. 10 minutes worth of weave, thank you. I hope. And then I will subtract. I have already on my sheet subtracted the relevant things.
Okay.
So I'm going to get rid of, at some point or another in all of this, I'm going to take 10 minutes to weave my vessel back. Sorry, Lilith. I'm not good enough. I'm not a master. I can't weave you. But I'm still down by 4 vitality. I was down by 9. So, I mean, if you guys don't mind me taking 18 minutes, I can get rid of all of it. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and unless 18 minutes is giving Adriano enough time for the army of robot samurai to attack, I don't know. But my take here is that I think I'm going to go and be a corpse handler for a while. I'm going to move in.
Did I think we used ferreters or trackers?
Right, we did. But the point is that that's the thing. We used everything we had.
And they went to the castle.
They went. Did they go to the
Because
castle?
we could. Because if they didn't go to the castle, we could try to see if there's anything in the castle.
Can somebody remind me what the trackers did and when we used them?
Yes, you used it to trace it essence to the house of the noble lady.
Yeah,
remember?
That's what led us here.
And then you moved inside the castle, which is another thing, another building.
Right. And is that where we are right now?
Yes, you're in one of the arrangements, in one of the quarters surrounding the castle.
Right.
Do you want the map to share?
I remember the map with the circles on it.
Okay.
So what I guess I'm saying, Pedro, is that I don't think we have anything. Remind me, Adriano, do we have anything pointing out of here, the spot we are standing in? Do we have any clues, leads, tracking, whatever, that leads out of here? I was under the impression it had all connected here.
To be fair, you didn't use the trackers to point inside the castle.
Right.
You just moved and followed the corpse emblems. Mm-hmm. So you didn't really pointed your instrument at the castle, which is a possibility, really.
Right. So
that was my perception, that we could actually find a source of essence in the whole compound of the castle.
Well, that's a guess. We have no actual indication that that's the case.
That would be my proposal.
Okay.
I'm not saying that we can't go back to Dieta, but
right. The reason I'm talking about that is that at this point we are not sure whether an enigma is persisting. We don't know. That's what I want to know.
Right. But the ferreters can detect an enigma, right? They can detect it as a source of essence.
Ferreters cannot.
The trackers.
Trackers.
Right. Trackers can, but all they do is find sources of essence. And that's it. They don't know what they are.
Yeah.
And I am a little tired of, using my trackers and having them find shadows. So,
I think that's the thing, right?
Enough is enough.
They might,
right? But using sensitivity, we use
samurai.
sensitivity. We're finding little pinpoints of essence scattered around. They're all secondary effects.
Mm-hmm.
And the more contextual abilities that we have, like deduction and stuff like that, haven't brought us anywhere closer than this. If there's something that empowered this shadow to be a robot maker, awakened this shadow who is inclined to do this sort of thing. Shadows can be awakened by hundreds of things. They're usually awakened by some mortal doing something specific without even knowing it. Right? I mean, you awaken shadows by doing things like watching too much TV. Or dying in childbirth and stuff like that. So who knows? I mean, anything could have awakened it. I'm saying that at this point, I'd like to have a better idea of whether there's an enigma at all.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I think taking some time, seeing if the weirdness is dying down or continuing or changing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or if you want, I mean, I have nothing against really visiting the castle at this point, but if there isn't an enigma, then that's us fucking around with history, right? That's us running around being effectively enigmas.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm disinclined to go and start throwing around all of my disciplines and stuff like that. Does that make, or having to suddenly fight a whole ton of perfectly innocent, dudes for some reason.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I mean,
Yep. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Not 100% for, but
yeah, I know. I'm a little iffy too. I mean, perhaps we're like, maybe we're hot on the trail and I'm stepping off the trail.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's a cool thing to go back to Dieta anyway.
Yeah.
Fictionally speaking, so I'm good with it.
I hate to say it, Hazard loved that job. that was
Mask hated
his,
it, but the
yeah.
player of Mask liked
Right,
it.
right. This was Hazard's comfort zone. I mean, remembering the dead and making this all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like so
Okay.
Maybe Mask should find a bookseller of some kind
Go-
or a poet
right.
to
Just
work
sit
for.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just read shit. You guys can go read shit together.
Did
So,
you find anything?
So anyway, I'm really quite inclined into to take the slow route and see if an enigma. I mean, enigmas get pretty dramatic, right? I mean, they and we don't age. I can happily be a corpse handler here for the next 50 years and see if an enigma starts to develop. I'm not kidding.
I don't think you need to wait so much, but yeah.
But what's that to me? I can do that.